Holy shit balls. It's been a while since I made a video. Been doing my buddy's drag car. He's out racing this weekend up in Edmonton. Um, we got that going. That's the 632 240 inch wheelbase dragster, naturally aspirated 11, 12, 1300 horse, something like that. Weighed it 1780 pounds without him in it. So he's happy about that. He should be running about 7-second quarters, I would imagine. We'll see what happens. He'll call me tonight or tomorrow. I've done some buggy things too, but it's been like 10 minutes here, 5 minutes there, an hour, so not really enough content to make an actual video, but I do have my air-to-air mounted. I got my charge pipe hooked up. It's sealed in. I got my boost tubes that go down to my carb hooter hats. I still don't have my plug wires from MSD. So once they get in, I will be able to hopefully fire this thing. Another thing, I can't lock out the distributor because I can't get the roll pin for the spline drive out. So my MSD 6AL2 box is not jamming that well. Took a bit of time, polished up my taillight housings. They still look like shit, don't care. There we go. My fuel pressure regulator, it's set to 6 PSI. Tested the whole fuel system, no leaks. I'm very, very happy about that. There we go, my electrical panel. So the way I'm wiring this up is I got a constant 12 volt and a ignition 12 volt, and the ignition is ran off of a 40 amp relay. The ignition currently, I got the MSD boxes fired off of it and tail lights are fired off of it, but I got lots of room on both of these for upgrades in the future. Got lots of room in my fuse panel, which I got, what the hell do I have in here? I got my fan for my oil cooler. That one is the MSD, and that one is my tail lights. So again, I got lots of room to add on. I do have another one of these distribution blocks on the back side, bolted in the exact same location. So I got non-critical things like left turn, right turn, bolted to that. I don't even know what the hell else I got in there, but it's all my critical power points that I'd want to check for power for are all up on the face, and the backside is whatever. Got metal falling everywhere. Starting to build the rear frame, firewall, whatever you want to call it, and it's coming in pretty okay. Yes, I am still running my flux cord, so it pukes fucking smoke and sparks everywhere. To get the MSD 6AL2, I got the 2-bar map sensor, so that's all plumbed in. I got it programmed at Mike's shop the other day. Fired into his laptop that he uses for all his race car shit. Another thing that I did right when I got the thing was get an IMI high torque starter, because I had a Bosch one and it crapped out on me, and I figured, you know what, let's just go for broke. This is when I first got the car and I was trying to get it running. I cooked the original starter. So fuel system, holy crap, you know, I could have cleaned this shit up. There, that's totally more clean, not 3 seconds of half-ass cleaning. I'm running 3/8 hardline everywhere. Well, from the front to the back for my feed and my return. Again, that will give me upgrades in the future. Red Horse, Performance World, whoever the hell made these, makes clamps for them, so everything's solid, super solid. I got it wrapped around my shifter. My shifter is perfect where it sits. It doesn't pop out of gear, so I'm not worried about adjusting that. Although I do have a little bit of slide adjustment. These two are not brake lines. One is my oil feed line for my mechanical oil pressure gauge. The other is my mechanical boost gauge. I figured 3/8 hard line was going to be a hell of a lot better than the nylon tubing that comes with it. As it currently sits, I'm just starting to lay out and build my dash. All my gauges, which is going to be fully removable. And then I got my other wiring fuckfest up here, so I will kind of dive into the wiring aspect of it in the near future. I did cut out all of the original dash. It kind of dipped in and did a whole bunch of funky turns and stuff, and I said, fuck that, let's just have something clean, smooth, super neutral. So I also tested my entire oil system. Just freewheel cranked it with no plugs in it, so it didn't have any restriction. And when I was cranking, just off the whatever 400 RPM that the starter would do freewheeling, I ended up with 70 psi of oil pressure. That makes me kind of happy. Yeah, I'm probably losing a little bit of horsepower based solely off the drive of the pump, but I'd rather have more pressure than not enough. Tonneau cover type deal, that comes off. As you can tell, I did that one-handed, so it's not super heavy, it's not super awkward. I am gonna skin it in trailer skin, like same sort of material. It's just, I think it's 062 or 068 aluminum. Rivet it all down, paint it so it matches the rest of the buggy. And yeah, generally speaking, this is my fuckfest currently. So I'm trying to get my gauges mounted, get my switches figured out, build the interior, and then hopefully get the seats bolted down sometime this week. Fuel tank cap came out okay. I do have some adjustability, so I might shove my tank over just a hair so I can get that a little more centered, but for the time being, I'm happy with it. It's not super flush, but a lot more flush. My old one sat somewhere around up here. There you go, there's the old cap. And it sat something like that, and it kind of stuck out and looked hideous. The one thing I don't like about this, I don't have a lot of traction on here, and it does clamp down really well, so might just take and weld a couple tabs, so I got a twist lock on it. And then underneath, I'm probably gonna have to, hold on, let's see if I can throw on a light. Piss poor lighting, piss poor whatever. But I do have my feed coming off the front, my return coming off the back. I don't know if that's gonna work out well or if I'm gonna get too much fuel slosh. So I might end up having to switch them and get my feed off the front and my feed off the back and my return off the front. Time will tell. I still have to mount my fuel pump. Again, it's Carter P5001, I think was the part number on it. Give her a good wax, and yeah, I hope you know that there will be a video of it running when I initially try to fire it, but again, I'm waiting on plug wires, and I got to talk to MSD and see if there is a way of drifting that roll pin out, which isn't a roll pin, it's a solid state pin. So like I've drifted a lot of roll pins before, and this isn't a standard split pin or curl pin or anything, so it's jammed in there real hard. I mean, worst case scenario, I will still lock out the distributor. I'm just going to do a Lincoln locker on it though, so if I got a weld, so be it. I'll let you guys know before you go out and buy a MSD how hard it was, what I had to do to lock it out. And the benefit of locking it out is with the programmable MSD 6AL2 unit, the programmable part of it allows me to set my retard to whatever I want based either on RPM, which is just constant, well, dependent on RPM. The map sensor, I can take more timing out of it via boost pressure, and it also has the pink wire here is the two-step control. So I can take 18, 20 degrees out of it there. I fired in, so I got about, I think I want to say 10 or 12 degrees initial timing for crank up, and then I got it ramped real hard to start. And then I also got a lot of retard pulled out of it as soon as boost comes on. So that's something that I can play with and try to get some safe peak horsepower and torque numbers. I still got a little more wiring to do, and yeah, as you can tell. Oh, another thing I did is the stock shifter came up, and I always banged my knuckles right on the where the speedometer, the speedo was. So I hacked that out. This is 1/2 inch solid stock or 12 mil solid stock. And I just built a little bracket to kind of bring it back. I wanted it back about 4 inches, so it still clears the shifter just fine. If my seat stays in the same location, then it'll be pretty much perfect where it sits. It's a little more difficult to get into reverse gear just because the whole push down thing, but as I've discovered, if you just kind of put a finger up here and push more forward than down, you can get it into reverse no problem. So these are all challenges and issues that I'm dealing with in my current state. Yes, I know I got a lot of JB's Power bags, Red Horse, whatever. But yeah, this is what I've been up to. So thanks to all my new subscribers, I don't know, I think there's 36 of you total. Yeah. Thanks for subscribing. Keep watching. I'll try to update where I can, when I do stuff that's cool and or interesting. Hit that like button, subscribe, share it, Facebook. If you got Volkswagen friends, you can make fun of me. Be like, hey, look at what this idiot's doing. If you haven't backtracked and watched all my previous videos, this is a 1600cc stock-ish. I got a C35 cam in it. That's a scat cam. I'm still running the 1.1 to 1 rockers, stock heads. Got them opened up just a little bit, and I am putting a T25 48 or 45 trim turbo on it. So thanks again. Have a great day.